My name is Roman Perez. I am 43 years old and I work for Acura. I found Corporal CrossFit online as I Googled a local one from my house, and it was the first one that came up. Met with Jenny and Carlos, and this is where I wanted to work out. Favorite thing about Corporal CrossFit, hands down, has to be the intimate relationships with the coaches, the one-on-one training that we get, the ability for them to be so close to us when we work out and train that they correct anything that we're doing wrong, and definitely applaud us when we're doing right, and the team environment that everybody here, there's a great synergy within the team to pump you up, to definitely want to actually push for that extra rep because of the teamwork and synergy in the room. What I did before Corporal CrossFit was, for the most of my life, I was a gym rat. With the exception of military training that I was in the Army, I basically was your typical gym rat. Chest workout on the bench for chest, curl bar, tricep bar, and just the typical stuff. Never ever have I done anything or any kind of workout where I have worked out on my back, on my lats, on my shoulders, on my delts, anything like that, and including my legs and my thighs to the extent as I've done here. The difference between what I did in the past versus now, hands down, number one, technique. I have learned that the technique and the things I've learned here to make sure that technique and form is number one before how much I could actually lift. That's been number one, and then of course I'm really coming in here pumped and energized, where sometimes when I would work out by myself going to the gym, it was easy to have a long day and be tired and call it a day because I didn't have maybe the motivation. But here there's a motivation to come because there's accountability. I think here you are held accountable to your results and your progress here, and that drives you to make sure you want to come. My results definitely have been that I have gotten stronger in certain areas and certain things that I do. Like, I think one of the things that I'm kind of proud of myself have been the deadlifts and things like that, because I've never done those. So I'm pretty proud in that. In other areas, definitely, personally, seeing what the different shape my body has gotten into because of not only just learning the proper diet and all the working out and all the weightlifting, but I see it in the way my clothes fit. I see it when I'm simply at home brushing my teeth and I am looking in front of the mirror and I'm like going, wow, look at the lats, and look at the little bit of a definition that I didn't have before. So those are some of the things I've seen, some of the results. Well, definitely I want to just give a humongous shout out to first of all, I want to shout out to Jenny, because she was the first person I met when I walked in the door here, and she gave me the time. Time is so important. If you give somebody time, it makes a big difference. She gave me the time to hear me out. And then, of course, after that, meeting Carlos, Coach Carlos, and him and his enthusiasm to sign, getting me pumped to come here and wanting to be a part of this team. Dayron, our other awesome coach, who is just a guy who, to me, I personally look at Dayron as an inspiration. He's a young guy. He's working hard. I see in himself. He's a guy that's come from an unhealthy background and is now a real health machine. And he's a strong guy. He teaches you well. It shows great technique. So I definitely want to give a shout out to the three coaches, but also to a lot of the athletes, all the guys and the girls that I work out with here, because at the end of the day, really, it is fun to be in a class that has a bunch of people here motivated to work out. The energy and just the synergy that you feel in the room motivates you to just, like I said earlier, it motivates you to push for that extra rep.